The importance of peer relationships. Strong peer relationships help to shape the lives of all children. There are 6 important components to consider when developing peer relationships and supporting social competence in students with disabilities. These components include peer relationships in the learning and lives of students, types of relationships, the impact on student relationships when social-focused interventions are not in place, approaches for assessing social needs, characteristics of friendships, and evidence-based approaches for supporting relationships. Peer relationships in the learning and lives of students. When a student with severe disabilities interacts with their peers, they are learning to practice and improve important social, academic, and functional skills through social interactions. Friends can make life more enjoyable and promote a sense of belonging. Children with a disability need friends too. Students who are not disabled can have a deeper understanding for diversity, compassion, and empathy when that relationship is developed with someone who has a disability. They also can have higher expectations and improved attitudes towards people with disabilities. Types of relationships. There are many types of relationships and interactions that might be recognized within peers. Academic and social interactions can make a student's learning more enjoyable, promote different engagement within the classroom, and help their social interactions address many different topics. Another type of relationship is a friendship. This is a very important relationship to have. Students who create strong friendships will be more likely to befriend students that have disabilities. Status relationships may not lead to an actual friendship. Because of this, students with disabilities do not usually interact with one another. With peer groups and social networks, there is a sense of membership belonging. This is enhanced by the relationships that they develop. Romantic relationships and relationships with adults both represent the primary relationships that are experienced by students with severe disabilities. The impact on student relationships when social-focused interventions are not in place. So these interventions can have a positive impact on relationships of students that have disabilities when they are properly in place. When efforts are not made to promote peer interactions and social relationships, research shows that students with disabilities are more likely to be at a disadvantage for developing relationships and be engaged in essential learning experiences. When trying to promote social-focused interventions, it is best to use a systematic approach. Students with disabilities can struggle when trying to build their self-confidence. When social-focused interventions are not in place, students do not develop the skills necessary to imitate, build, and maintain their social relationships. Approaches for assessing social needs. This includes assessments to identify social-related needs and opportunities, planning and implementing strategies to target needs, and progress monitoring and adjusting. A few strategies that can be used for addressing social needs are shared activities, common interest, reliable communication, prepared peers, promoting valued roles, and providing sufficient support. It is important to consider if the student can do the activity on their own and go from there. Reflecting on a student's social relationships should also be considered when assessing their social needs. Characteristics of friendships. There are many key elements necessary for friendships and durable relationships, and it is vital to have good friendships. Strategies to promote good friendships can be taught both at home and in the classroom. Special needs students should feel welcomed and wanted around their peers, and this can promote friendships within that classroom. To help build a friendship, students should discuss common interests in the things they like to do. Some students struggle to make friends, as others make friends more easily. Evidence-based approaches for supporting relationships. There are many of these. One strategy is peer-mandated support. This approach is where peers that do not have a disability in the classroom are taught how to support their own student learning and provide friendship or social support to other classmates that have disabilities. Another evidence-based teaching strategy is the use of the adult facilitation strategy. Promoting, reinforcing, and providing information are 3 approaches to facilitate social interactions and academic support between students with severe disabilities and their peers. Adults, especially teachers, should be pushing positive peer relationships. Teachers can do this by encouraging collaboration between all students with and without disabilities in the classroom. In conclusion, peer relationships are an extremely important part of a child's life. It helps shape a child into the person that they become. It is vital that children learn how to positively work together to create a supportive atmosphere. Peer support is not only important for the everyday student, it is also very important for students with disabilities. I truly believe we can get every student to learn the importance of peer relationships and how they can benefit from them. It will take some work, but teachers and parents can work together to help close this gap.